Hi, my name is Evelyn and I'm one of the artists in the exhibition Connecting Perspectives at Progress Gallery this month. I was born and raised in Hangzhou, China, and I came to the US for undergrad in political science and media studies about 8 years ago now. And I ventured into art practice about 4 years ago. So the work that you will see in this exhibition are from my larger body of work called Until We Meet Again at a Softer Place. It is a collection of photographs, videos, text-based installations, but you will see mostly photographs at the gallery. This project is about my experience traveling and finding places in rural parts of the West Coast, mostly California and Oregon, looking for traces of early Chinese immigrants who first came to the US for during the gold rush and who later built the railroad, and a lot of them stayed for farming in Central Valley. And then I've spent most of my time in a town called Hanford, California, in Central Valley, which is about 3 hours north of Los Angeles. They have a short alleyway called China Alley, which houses one of the most well-preserved early Chinatowns in the country, actually. And I've spent the past 3 years living with, talking to, and preserving with local volunteers that have started the preservation effort in the 70s. Most of the Chinese community who started the preservation effort actually have passed on, and it is now a group of volunteers, mostly non-Chinese, who are trying to preserve a history that is not theirs. And I am going in from a different country, from the homeland of China, and encountering a history that I'm personally not familiar with, that came to China over 100 years ago under very different circumstances, during gold rush and then during railroad building. I'm investigating also my personal relationship and what does it mean for me coming in right now or today to study, to learn, to uncover, to unearth this history that I really wasn't aware of, and that is also forgotten and unspoken about in mainstream US media. So I'm interested in my personal experience encountering Chinese culture in the least expected place. But I'm also very interested in what it means for these locals, mostly non-Chinese, like I said earlier, who are very invested in preserving this history. And what does it mean, and how is collective history, collective memories passed down through generations that are very heavily discriminated against, and then the different ways that these communities are able to still hold on to a lot of the culture and memories through objects, through oral histories, and through individual efforts. Just small group of people who are willing to invest their time into preserving this history. I'm most inspired by Camille Wing, who's actually on the sonotype over here, who had really dedicated her whole life, or almost 50 years of her life, in preserving China Alley in Hanford. She unfortunately passed away in March this year at 93. But just me personally encountering a lot of these extraordinary people and witnessing their effort to preserve this collective memories is part of my work. And I'm very interested in coming from a political science and media studies background and investigating investigating this history from the standpoint of sort of a larger historical, socioeconomic standpoint. So I hope you all enjoy seeing my photographs and investigating on your own a history that you might have not been familiar with in the past.